Training programs. All right, we're talking about training programs. Obviously, the intensity, when we're still in the category of aging, how you need to think about adjusting your strength and conditioning program with age. Training programs. Obviously, the intensity of effort must be reduced somewhat as one ages. And now I'm going to read a number of these statements, and then I'm going to qualify almost all of them. And this is what my old friends used to call Ashworthisms, because there's never really a straight answer. That's why having a great coach and personal trainer is so valuable. So incredibly valuable. Because they can help you navigate through this on any given day, in any given week, month, year. There's all kinds of other things that factor into your ability to train effectively. And recovery factors into that. I'm going to get into that here in a second. The degree of adjustment, of course, depends on many factors such as genetics, prior activity level, and mental attitude. Mental attitude. Think about that. Put a pair of headphones on with some motivating music. I guarantee you'll lift harder than if you don't have them on. And that's proof that attitude, mental makeup during your exercise makes a huge difference. One person may maintain excellent strength throughout his lifetime. Someone else may lose strength rapidly. Those who are inactive will realize a greater reduction in overall strength than those who are active. As you age, there should be a gradual reduction in the amount of weight used with a subsequent increase in the number of repetitions per set. Now again, that varies tremendously, but what this really means is that as an older individual, when you go heavier, you got to be really, really careful, and you got to be ready. And you got to make sure you've progressed to that point, that you don't do something stupid, because you will injure yourself and then you will set yourself back. And then in that mode or in that area where you're set back, you're not doing anything. Now you're not even doing the lighter repetition stuff that maybe you were saying, oh, I need to go heavier than that. This isn't doing anything. Well, remember, the key is consistency. The key is consistency. Every time someone asks me anymore when they say, John, what's your secret? And obviously I'm not even the fittest, healthiest guy on the planet, but I've done a pretty good job over the years. John, what's your secret? I've never stopped. That's it. Consistency. All right. Because much depends on the condition of the lifter, it is difficult to establish a specific routine. But generally speaking, 1 to 3 sets, 8 to 12 repetition maximum. And remember, repetition maximum is the maximum number of repetitions you can do with good technique at a given weight. So if I grab a set of dumbbells and I start curling those dumbbells, and then I get to the point where I'm getting tired, and not only can I not get them up, but I have to start swinging. Let's say I get to that like 11, and I've got 30-pound dumbbells in my hands. My 11 repetition maximum, 11 RM, is 30 pounds for the biceps. And now this is really important because everything you do in the weight room is based off repetition maximum. And I cover that elsewhere in this program, but I always like to reinforce it because it's really, really, really important. And it is really important in my ability to help you from a distance, because I can do all kinds of things once you really understand repetition maximum. And it's a simple concept, but you also have to understand all the nuances of technique and what your true repetition maximum actually is for a given movement by understanding the movement and how your body needs to move in the right way versus the wrong way in that movement pattern, so that you can be making accurate assessments of where your true repetition maximum is. And when we can do that, we can progress your routine in magical ways, my friend. Okay. The main focus of any training program is consistency. No matter how much or how little you do, consistency will ensure some benefits. It is certainly much better to be consistently engaging in exercise than is to be inconsistent or not exercising at all, as I said when I started. Muscle recovery with aging. Unfortunately, aging muscle tissue loses some of its ability to recover. And I will tell you, that's the number one thing I say now as a fitness over 50 guy. What's the biggest difference? Big thing is recovery. It just takes longer to recover. And the importance of factoring in that recovery and honoring that recovery and not fighting against it, because you just keep setting yourself back when you do that. Oh, I can get through this. I'm just going to do this instead of taking a day off or taking it easy. And especially with your strength training. And depending on what you have going on. I've got all my own personal things I have to navigate through that. You have yours. We got to figure them out together and make this work. All right. This phenomenon is very evident in the aging athlete who loses a step of his speed or timing and cannot continue putting forth intense efforts on a daily or weekly basis. Although many of these athletes maintain excellent skill and conditioning, it is not enough to keep them competitive at that level of play. So it's important as you age to take all of this into consideration when programming your workout. No one has to accept inactivity and boredom in later years. I repeat, no one has to accept inactivity in later years. Fortunately, there are many people who are demonstrating that you can exercise throughout your lifetime and maintain an excellent physique. Just think about Jack LaLanne. I mean, I know he was kind of a freak of nature, but man, it's a great example. There are plenty of them out there. You have to make adjustments in your workouts. One hard workout every 1 to 2 weeks rather than every session. And you think that's not a lot, but just try it. Just 1 day a week, consistently strength training. That's really all I do consistently with strength training. I do a little bit more when I feel like my back can take it, and depending on what else I haven't done, maybe. But like in the summer when I'm mowing the lawn and I'm doing all this other stuff, 1 day, 1 good day a week of strength training is enough. When done right. You may need 2, you may want 3. It will vary. There's also another concept called non-linear periodization. And that has to do with the fact that periodized training is when athletes train and they try and peak for competition. So they're changing their routine, sets, reps, combinations, volume of training, all of those things over time, changing so that when they get to competition, they're really peaking. Today's athlete, you still might do that in the off season and leading up to the season, but then once you're in the season, you've got all kinds of stuff going on. You've got multiple games per week. You've got multiple cities maybe that you're traveling to. You got all kinds of stuff going on. You have to periodize your training based on all of that. Adjust it in smart ways. And again, this is where your expert strength and conditioning coach, personal trainer, fitness coach can really help you maximize your success. All right. So let's see what else I want to add to that from here. I think that kind of covers it. Recovery is really, really important. Really important. Think about it this way. Everybody thinks I'm going into the gym to get stronger, and it's like, nope, you're going into the gym to beat your body down, tear up muscle, make yourself tired so that your body has to recover from that event. And when it does that, it recovers stronger so that it's ready for it next time, more ready for it next time. And again, therein lies one of the greatest challenges with the progression of your exercise and fitness routines is that your body is so incredibly efficient at adapting to what you're doing, which is the beautiful mechanism and the magic of the human body. It really is amazing what it does. It's what you were built for. Proof of that is that you get stronger by doing it. But the problem is, for the average everyday person, you've got to adjust and change your routine on a regular basis, or not only does it get stale and boring and you don't want to do it anymore, but part of that is because there's no more results. It's not a challenge anymore. You've got to find your way through that. And again, expert guidance makes a huge difference when it comes to that stuff. All right. That's all for now. Thanks for listening. This is Johnny Renaissance signing off. If you're catching this early, it's in the middle of a pandemic and I'm experimenting, but I'm rebuilding my virtual coaching business. So if you're catching this early, I really appreciate you being here because I'm just experimenting with kind of the directions that I want to go with this legacy I want to leave of education and around strength and conditioning and fitness and health. It's who I am. I can't get rid of it no matter how hard I pursue the other parts of my career as a salesman for Fraser Consultants and sales and marketing expert and business consultant. All of that is really important to me too, but man, am I passionate about this stuff. Thank you for being here. Take care, everybody.